Please welcome Brent Drummond to the blue corner.
Brent Drummond, second time inside the Fury Amateur Series cage, coming off that loss to Cade Floritori, which went the distance. Cade won by split decision back in August. That was a really fun fight to see him when he first got here to Fury. But his last fight out, guys, lost in October of last year to Chase Halmy in round 1 via triangle. So has gone the distance, has been finished, and now looking for that first win is Brent Drummond.
Yeah, really strong kickboxing background. Was kind of tough to match him, but they have found guys willing to do it. And yeah, hopefully he has an opponent tonight who's willing to stand and trade.
Yeah, 4-2 in Muay Thai, and you know, so I expect to see a great kicking arsenal, and you know, those hands really high, and you know, a lot of elbows. Well, no elbows in the amateurs, but if they were pros, you'd see a lot of elbows.
Yeah, I'm curious if this fight was a catch weight at 150 or if Drummond bust for 145 and his opponent came in under, but there's just under 5 pounds difference between the guys.
Yeah, this fight, there was a lot of interesting things happening with the weight, but we have it. You'll see it on our tail of the tape in just a second. But first, let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Joseph Suarez.
Joseph Suarez making his debut. Has been training exclusively at King's MMA. And a lot of excitement for him. You see the energy there for Joseph Suarez. All good vibes right here in the city of Dallas. Just turned 18 years old. And he said, wild, in 5 years, he will be in the UFC. I'll tell you right now, if you catch fire at Fury FC, you can be there much faster.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've seen it happen a couple of times, and so far, entertainment value, he's got it.
Brent Drummond, 151. That height, reach advantage also, and height advantage going to Brent. Our tail of the tape brought to you by Warbringer, Southwest Bourbon, the cock of the walk. You'll hear Wayne say it. He says it way better. He really feels it. So Wayne, take it away, the cock of the walk.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final amateur prelim brought to you by the cock of the walk. Warbringer Whiskey is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Featherweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This kickboxer stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in at 151 pounds. Fighting out of Dallas, Texas, today he seeks his first amateur victory. Here is Brent El Capitan Drummond. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 145.8 pounds. Fighting out of Hermanas Coahuila, Mexico, today he makes his amateur debut. This is Joseph Suarez. Your referee in charge, Joe Timlin.
Big Joe inside. Brent Drummond, blue gloves. You see him at the top of your screen, red gloves. And glove touch into a big left there for Suarez. Going a little bully inside.
Fight there.
Yeah. See a classic headlock, now into a front headlock.
Surprised he didn't give Brent a noogie.
Probably would have if he could have. He started a little hot there. You know, like the head and arm throw, like classic headlocks, like they can sometimes work, but they're just so easily countered. You get body locked. We have a rule at my gym, if any of the kids do a headlock, they can. I will not promote, like they're not allowed to get stripes that day. It's like there's incentive to not use the headlock. Front headlock, totally different. Justin Gaethje used it beautifully against Paddy Pimblett, and that made him in. But like this, notice the right arm there of Suarez. Like, that's like the schoolyard headlock. Drummond can body lock him and suplex him if he so chooses. You get your back taken. I mean,
yeah, everything.
you guys
I
can
mean, just
see
playing out perfectly
exactly
as you're saying.
why the headlock's no good. Now it's a little uncomfortable, but right there. I mean, Drummond did a great job being a striker.
Ooh, good punches.
He used like classic defensive grappling rhetoric to counter like the most common grip that people who don't know the finer points of grappling often try to use.
Yeah, and you don't see that very often where you can take somebody's back and step over and get the hook in without coming off the ground on your other foot.
Such a good build, man, for this weight class, Michael. And that's why he was able to do that.
Yeah, Brent Drummond at 6 foot tall is a lot taller than Joseph Suarez. He's into the full mount here, and he's got a gift wrap. And you see him trying to feed that arm through. It looked like he wanted to have a tight gift wrap and was trying to set up an arm bar.
Drummond, for a Muay Thai guy, showing some pretty good jiu-jitsu here.
So Brent, when he took on Cade, we were like, man, this is an interesting first fight. Even though he had the kickboxing background and has experience in martial arts, it's still different, right? Taking a debut against Cade Dory, who at the time, I forgot how many fights he had, but he was more experienced than Brent Drummond. And the same can be said for Suarez. You know, coming in and making a debut against a guy who has 6 fights in the kickboxing world, 2 also in the MMA world. And that experience discrepancy is showing right now.
Hey, nice little butterfly sweep there.
Yeah, and remember, that was a split decision against Cade Dory also. And so, I mean, one judge had him winning that fight.
Ooh, so look at this. 15 seconds left. Has to do something with it right now. Does Brent has the round won already, but there's a finish to be taken. It's going to have to pull the trigger fast, but it looks like we are going back to our corners.
And a kind of wild first round there from Joseph Suarez and Brent Drummond. But Suarez came out immediately, tried to grab that headlock immediately, which is really unorthodox for your first movement in your first fight.
Well, he actually, they touched gloves and he threw a punch, but he overshot the punch and they ended up colliding, and the first thing he could have grabbed was his head. And he did. And you're really not supposed to.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty dominant round from Brent Drummond. You know, he controlled the grappling. Even though he got reversed a couple times, immediately reversed again and ended the round, you know, kind of started the round in a good position and ended the round in a great position and landed, you know, a lot of punches in between. Suarez needs to calm down just a little bit. He needs to, you know, do the things, because I guarantee you they didn't say, hey, the game plan is we're going to go out there and overswing and grab his head. So probably slow down just a little bit, work on your boxing, kickboxing, whatever it is. You know, get the distance down, especially with a taller fighter like Drummond.
All right, let's see if he can incorporate some of that feedback. Ooh, ate a big left there.
Oh, man.
Man, here we go. These guys are throwing big knee there from Drummond.
He's got the headlock again.
Yeah, Drummond coming out in the second round, throwing like that first round aggravated him.
I mean, he could, there's that rear body lock.
Oh,
big dump. Crafty reversal. He's just got a whizzer. Man, Suarez, go back and watch this. If you can headlock, you can whizzer. If you can whizzer, you can stop the rear body lock. You can pummel an underhook.
Yeah, he's just a half a step behind in decision making. I think he had the space there to turn and face and square back up to Drummond, and just chose not to do it. He chose to grab instead, and we're back in this position.
It's going to be so helpful for the 18-year-old. Has been training for a year now. And look, the fact that he's in there getting this experience will tighten up his game. And look, this fight's not over by any means.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it sound like this fight is over. Still has a chance to get a win here in his debut. Does Joseph Suarez.
And it's not that that grip never works. Like, the scarf hold is effectively a headlock when you're in top side control. So, like, if you're in top side control and perhaps the bottom man pummels the underhook, instead of hitting your whizzer and going to a front headlock and giving up top position, you can certainly transition to a scarf hold. Like, there are times to use the move, but standing up, it's just so very risky. Even if you do throw them, they still have the body lock. They still have the underhooks. And they can often either take the back or hit a reroll. You know, the females in MMA, you see head and arm throws all the time. And in Ronda Rousey's UFC debut against Liz Carmouche, she hit a head and arm throw, but Liz Carmouche hit a standing back take and actually almost rear naked choked her. And Ronda ended up escaping it and then arm barred her shortly after, but still, the headlock's a very, very risky move. It just doesn't work way more than it does work. And like understanding those statistics, you often want to stay away from that technique unless the right scenario calls for it.
Yeah, and as a scarf hold aficionado, I can tell you I failed at it thousands of times in training before I finally got it right. The position, where to put your knees, where one hip goes, where the other hip goes, where to put the pressure on the upper body. Because, you know, it's really easy grabbing the body lock, roll you over the other side if you're not careful. And so there's a lot of downside to it.
Well, also doing it when you're already on the ground is so much less consequential. Worst case, you whiff the angle, you can just roll into guard or stand, or, you know, try to fight hands and stay back to your feet. But when it happens on the feet, they can literally suplex you. I mean, I tell people, I hope someone tries to headlock me in a fight. I'm gonna suplex them.
It was all Drummond in round 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've never experienced it, there's not many things stronger than an Alex Morono body lock. It's very, very tight. And, you know, and not just from Alex. You can tell Alex is good at it because everybody at his gym is good at it.
That was a nice little body lock dump there from Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond so far is kind of controlling. He can do really whatever he wants in this fight. And Suarez is coming out with a lot of, you know, he's very enthusiastic. But he's just not making good decisions yet in there. And, you know, this fight is inconsequential. It's his first amateur fight.
Yeah.
Down the road, when he's a pro, it won't matter. We've seen it both ways. Undefeated amateurs that can't win a pro fight, and 3 and 4 amateurs that go, you know, 15 and 2. So it's not an indication of how you're going to turn out. So just keep working at it.
Here we go, round 3.
Oh,
man.
I rocked him bad that left hand.
This might be enough. We are in the turtle position, and
that's
Brett Drummond says, all I need are the first 8 seconds of round 3 to get my first win as an amateur. Congratulations to El Capitan.
That was a good stiff left hand.
And Alex, that froze Suarez on his feet.
Suarez actually kind of like ate it well, considering how flush and stiff the punch was. Suarez stayed on his feet.
Yeah.
Tried to collect the thoughts that were left in there, and then even shot a single leg.
Yeah, I got to feel good for Brett Drummond. You know, Brett Drummond has fought 2 really, there it is. You see that just stunning shot, and the hardest shot he's taken so far in the fight. And then again, you're only going to take so many of these as an amateur. They're just not going to let it go on too very long if you're not intelligently defending yourself.
Getting the top of the cage moment.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. The state doesn't like it, but man, there is nothing like it.
But for something that every athletic commission says you can't do, and they never really enforce it, which I'm glad, because I love the sitting on top of the cage and I love the victory. But it's funny how they always are like, get down. But
Yeah.
Let's make this one official. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Timlin calls for a stop to the fight 11 seconds into the 3rd and final round, declaring your winner by TKO, Brent El Capitan Drummond.
Congratulations to Brent Drummond picking up his first win as an amateur, and that wraps up our amateur portion of this prelims broadcast as we see the finish one last time. A lot of experience gained there in his debut for Joseph Suarez. And before we get to the pro side of our prelims broadcast, a word from our sponsors.